Hello, this is Madeleine from Madeleine's Craft Room, and I'm excited to share with you something that I have been having so much fun with for the last few months, and that is this beautiful bundle which is available from the Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. It's on page 43, and this is the beautiful stamp set. Look at the detail of that. It's just amazing. And then it has the cute little house and the sentiments. It is very well done. And I'm just going to show you a few cards that I have made. And that is, of course, the house, which we see a lot of already. And this one has the sequins, and you can see the glitter and the puff paint, all the beautiful things that you can add into a shaker dome. Now, I will say, before I show you the other ones, that we cannot use glitter or any kind of raised object, whether it be the dies. We have to use a straight image, because when we put on our dome on the window sheet, it must be completely flat. So again, it just depends which kind of dome you are making. But for the shaker cards, amazing opportunities that you can use there for that. And then, of course, we've got the cute little church, and I've raised him up with the snowflakes. And then I have the shepherd, and look at again that stamp set. It's just beautiful, the detail. And of course the moose. I tried this. I was so excited to see that the moose fits perfectly in the globe. And I was also recently very excited to hear that even though the moose has been very popular and it is not available right now, the reality is that the moose and this beautiful bundle is going to be, the dies and the stamp set is going to be available next year in the holiday catalog. So this is still your chance to be able to get this product, as it is available for just a few more weeks until the new occasion mini catalog comes out. So get a chance to go to my website, and you most certainly can order it there. And I'm going to show you a few of the other dies that are in this set. These trees again, and church and bears. This is for that little house that you can cut out, and of course the deer. Now today we're going to use the base, and then this is our globe piece, which we need as well. And then I'm going to just show you the other die that we are going to use to complete this, is using our circled circles, our layered circles. And this is the largest. So we need the largest. And I'm just going to bring the pieces over so you can see. This is, of course, the largest circle. And what you need to do is take our dome, and this is where you're going to put this on your paper, and then you're going to layer this exactly so that you get, no, that's not it. Just keep playing with it there. Now you get a nice, can you see it? Maybe push it up a little bit more. There we go. So if you have to use some washi tape to be able to hold it down, that is probably recommended, because you don't want it to slip, because you want that nice border, even border all the way around. And of course, just run it through your die cutting machine, and then this is what you will end up with. And of course, this is the big circle, just one complete one for the back. So those are the two pieces. And of course, then you're going to need your blue paper or whatever color you choose to cut the base. And this is the fancy part here. You're going to use this on the silver foil or gold, depending which one you do. And again, I'm doing two just simply because I like to make the back look nice as well. So these are the pieces, the dies that I have already cut out, and we will use them soon. But we're going to remove all paper for now, because we've got to get ready for the next step. And the next step, like I said, is you're going to just stamp right onto your paper, And then we're going to be putting this on top. So in this particular one, I colored the snowman here with red, the shaded spruce and real red, and of course the carrot nose, pumpkin pie, and then this one I used the seaside spray and just kept him in the blue tone. So again, that's something you can decide which one you would like to do. And now we're going to get ready. I'm going to bring my tray. I usually bring my tray to my work surface just because it can get a little bit messy. And of course, the first thing we need to do is get our snow domes. And these come in a package of 10. We just need one. And the first step is to remove some of the static off of the shaker dome. I just use a Swifter sheet and just go inside of it a little bit like that. Oops, you can't see. That won't help. Sorry. There we go. Now, the next big thing is you've got to find a glass that is going to be the perfect size for this dome. So it can't be too big and it can't be too small. You have to be able to have this inside edge right along the rim so that when we're ready to press it down, it's all around that edge. So that is the first trick, because we are making a water dome. And I'm going to show you also, I did this water dome here with the cute little house. And again, I couldn't put any snow on the roof, but because he's got the glitter and the sequins in there, it looks lovely too. And you'll also see this one has a little water bubble. When I first started out, I was getting this, quite a large bubble. And that bothered me because when you put it on our cute little snowman, it's like his head is sticking out of the bubble. And so I kept challenging myself as to be able to get it without a bubble. And I'll say that it isn't 100% in the directions that I'm going to give you, because things happen, especially with water. But I am hoping to share with you some of these little tips that I have learned through the process. And hopefully then you'll be able to have a beautiful water globe, as it is just so amazing to receive one of these. People just go, what? Water? They just can't believe it. And I did a water globe class, and it was very much big success. And so I actually had interest to do a second one. And so, yes, these are the result of my class, and I purposely have not done the YouTube until they have had their chance to get the benefit of their class. So now that the class is over, I can't wait to share that with you, in hoping that you can make one and impress somebody with a water globe. So here we go. We are going to start, and the first thing we're going to start with is putting in our glitter. Now, I use a 1/4 teaspoon, and I just put in a 1/4 teaspoon. And again, just put everything right in the middle of the dome. And I'm going to put that so I don't spill it. And then the other one is these beautiful snowflake sequins. And one thing that I did notice, maybe do it here where you can see, oh, here you can see one. Sometimes there's a great big pile and they're actually all lumped together. So just kind of squeeze it in your hands and you'll see that they will separate. So just be watching. Oops, there goes some stars. Here's another one. So they want to come off it. Yeah, anyway, you just give them a pinch, seeing how they separate like that. I did try one once, and actually I think it was even was it this one here? No, it was another one. Anyway, it was very lumpy, and I thought, what the heck? And all that is that they were just stacked together. So just make sure that you kind of give your stars a little bit of a pinch. And so same thing, you're just going to put in well, I see one pile right there. Actually, I see two. So yeah, just make sure that they're not all lumped together. here's another one. Boy, how many is in that stack? Anyway, look at how many. Whew, there we go. All right, so there's our sequins. And then we are going to start with the water. Now, I have put it in a measuring cup, liquid measuring cup. Just find the handle helps to be able to tip it so that I can get a full teaspoon. And the teaspoon I am using is a liquid water so that you have that little line and you can just be a little more exact with your liquid measurements. So this one we're going to take and put over here. Again, try not to get it near the edges. Dump it right into the middle. 1, 2, and I know it's getting full, but it's okay. We're going to put in 3, and we're actually not going to end there. But for now, we have to look at it, because one thing that I find, if your table's a little crooked or just kind of fine, you can see this end is up a bit and this end is right closer to the edge. So just keep your eye on it on the highest point. But believe it or not, we're not finished filling it up yet. Now we're going to add some glycerin, and this is a 1/8 of a teaspoon. Just do it slow because you don't want to put too much. There we go. So just dump that again into the center. And this is another reason that I put it all on a tray so I can clean it up easily later. And glycerin, they say, helps so that your sequins and glitter goes down a little slower. I know when I was an early child educator, we used to use glycerin in making our bubbles because they made longer lasting bubbles. So maybe that's the secret too, is that as your glitter is going down, it just helps to slow it down a little bit, which makes it look like a real snow globe. Isn't that cool? So, believe it or not, we're not done yet. So now what we're going to do is you have to watch very, very carefully, and it's going to look like you're going too full, and it is a little scary, gotta admit. I must be a little bit of a risk taker when it comes to these kind of things, because yeah, you could stop there, but what will happen is you will end up with a bubble, and quite a large bubble. And so I should show you. You will know, this was one of my failed ones, and you will know because you can see the water just dripping off of it. But, so like I say, it's not foolproof, but I've only had a few that leak like that. Most of all of them have been perfectly fine, and these particular 2 that I have made, they were done early October. And yes, no water. So, amazing. So, what I found is the secret is now we're going to, first of all, no shaking on the table. This does take a lot of concentration because you want to just, we had a little bit of stress in our class when we were getting to this point. But the result of a water globe is amazing. So believe it or not, that's not it yet. Let's have a look. You will see that it kind of makes a bubble. It doesn't tend to just run over the edge. It's kind of magic. I'm not sure why, but it kind of does produce a little kind of like water bubble. And that's what we want because we don't want air bubbles in there. So I'm going to add a smidge more. I think that's what we're going to stick with. And I'm going to take it off the tray. Don't bump the table, don't move your glass too far. Oh, and I just thought of it. I usually remove the paper. Oh boy. Recommendation, when you add the glycerin, is usually after you add the glycerin, and is when I actually remove this usually. So, because it's really full, we just will have to be extremely careful. But you just want to take off that paper layer. And I tend to kind of hold it and just flick that thing off. Very careful. Literally flick. Now watch, because your hand can stick to that very strong adhesive. We did it. Okay. So now, are you stressed? It's only a few minutes of stress, then it gets fun. So here we go. This is the part that can sometimes change where we're going. So what you do is now you're going to just make sure you're not off, because you have to have it 100% sealed. So you are going to just basically get it over, hover over, a little hard to do with the camera, and you're going to hover over it. And then this is where you're going to go all the way around your glass, right at the rim. Sorry, hard to concentrate when you, or talk when you're concentrating. As I said, this part is the vital part. Now, as you get up here, the last time I did it had no bubble, but I can see there's a smidge of a bubble. Just kind of flatten it out. Don't let the water get out of it too much, or at all preferably, but just kind of work it. So a little bit, but that's okay, believe it or not. Just don't do any more, because then that's the limit. Okay, so now is where you're going to then just go all the way around, pressing, pressing. And the nice thing is, at least with this flattened part on the end, you know when you've been all the way around. And like I say, this part's a little harder, but that's why now we're going to take off the glass. So now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to especially start there and just really work yourself all the way around. And I know seems like you're excited to just try it out, but just make sure you go a few times all the way around, because this is crucial for sealing it. There we go. All right. And there we go. Just water a little bit on my tray, but you would know if there's water leaking, because as you can see from this one, from my failed one, it instantly is dripping water. So you will know right away if your globe is leaking or not. And if it even is just a smidge of a drop, then go around again one more time, all the way around. And I don't know, that adhesive is pretty strong, because like you can see from my ornaments here, there is no water, and there has been no water for 2 months. So pretty amazing. And that's the thing, when people receive one of these cards, they just like, I can't believe it, there's water in there. How did you do that? So you can see the delight on their faces when they discover a real water globe. So there's a little bubble, and that's okay, because a little bubble is what's needed in a snow globe. And the glycerin, again, just makes things go down. And there's a little bit stuck there, and it's just because the glycerin or the glitter is just getting absorbed in all the liquid. So there we go. See, it's already off. So it just takes a little time and a little bit of moving around. But there it is. So now the next step is we are going to just cut around. Don't cut into the globe part, but just the access. Just trim right up to that edge and go all the way around. Just like that. Okay, put that in the garbage. Okay, so then now is where we want to take all our little pieces. The other thing that I did cut out is I cut out these little sprigs, which is from our sprig punch, out of the silver shimmer paper. And so now we're going to start to put this all together. And of course, we put the globe on. And one thing that I did is I used glue dots because I found that the white glue just did not, oh, get the glue dots here. Here we go. Little glue dots, if you put them scattered on a few of these spots, on the right on the glue part, don't have it sticking into the globe or outside the globe. But if you put several of these all the way around, it definitely works better than glue. Glue, I'm a Tombow lover. I love the glue, but when you're trying to stick it to this kind of window sheet, it just does not work so well. So just put a few of those all the way around. And then we're going to flip this upside down. Now, make sure when you center this, that you center it not down where he just fits at the top. Make sure that you get enough of his head, because if you do have a little bit of a bubble, then, ouch, then you, again, won't see too much of his head. I probably could have put it up even a little bit more. But yeah, try to lower that down as much as you can. So here again, we are just going to, the window sheet is a little thicker, so I really like to be able to do that part first and then just do the paper all the way around. So there we go. There's our paper. Okay, now to build this guy, this is the easy part. Where's my pokey tool? This just lifts off. You can just take one end off and lift it, and these domes are incredible because they already have a sticky part right on the top as well. So I always find that you kind of got to layer it on the top and then press it down. Here, like that. Okay, so then now, let's see which way. I'm just noticing I must have made mine a little bit bigger. So what I would do is just then trim it to make sure it's gonna fit. Sticky. Gotta make them look nice. Go all the way around. I keep sticking to my scissors. There we go. Can't go very far when you're stuck. There we go. Okay. So now we want to take, in a few minutes, we're going to put the back. I can't pick them up. So this piece here, we're going to put the gold or the silver on top. And one secret that I have found, which my blind Glenda taught me, is you can make little glue dots. And so if you just go around and you put a few little dots on your details, if you put this on right now, it would just ooze out even if you have just a little, because this glue is so awesome in that it really sticks well. But it can also ooze out and make quite a mess, and then your beautiful project doesn't look so beautiful. So you can, as we get the other things ready, just put a few little glue dots on there like that. And we're just going to carefully, whoop, don't do that. Bring them over there. All right. And we can start gluing these guys on just because it kind of helps to put these guys on first. So just put some glue on the bottom piece and put your base on, and then we're going to flip it over, and this is now where we're going to do some of the building. And what I have done, whoops, there's my paper, is I have used this beautiful silver metallic ribbon. Oops, I lost it. Come back here. And this metallic ribbon with the silver, it's one of my favorites, as you can see. And we're going to have one longer piece and one shorter piece. And the shorter piece is what we want to do, is to make a little bit of a loop, and that's what we are going to put on the top here. So again, you can just use your Tombow glue and take the two ends and put them on like that, just so they're kind of moving out a little bit. Make sure it's centered. I'm going to put that out a little bit more. Okay, and then this is where I also use the little sprigs. So just put some glue on the top. And you can also break them. They work really well if you cut them apart, if you want to put them in different spots. I didn't, I just put them, whoop, come here. The globe, you're working with a three-dimensional piece that likes to rock. Okay, and then I just put the other one on the other side of it. And then this is now where we're gonna put glue on top of what we got there and just go all the way around. And we're gonna stick our large circle. And what's nice about putting this piece on the back and making it look nice is this actually can also be a good spot to write Merry Christmas or to and from. And if you're going to do that, I would do that before you start gluing it, but you certainly can do it later, but might be a smart thing to do before. And then just to finish off the back, we're just going to put this on here like this, and you just got to press it a little bit. Actually, the other thing that I did with my class is I had them put one-dimensional in the middle, and it just helped to make it a little raised also in the middle. So you got a little bit of wiggle room. You want to move it around a little bit. Actually, I like those guys maybe in front. That's what the Tombow glue is so wonderful about, that you can do that. Okay, so we are just about done. We are just going to, I know this is a little longer video, but it is a little bit trickier with that water. So I hope I've been able to share some tips with you to be able to make that water dome without a large bubble. If you have any questions, certainly feel free to message me and comment to me, and I would love to be able to help you to be able to have a successful globe. Now I waited a little bit, didn't wait enough time, it blobbed out a little bit, but at home when you're doing it, just wait a little longer, and then it's like a glue dot and it will just stick kind of like this, and it looks beautiful. So there it is, a water globe. And be sure to check out my blog for other ideas. And yes, if I could help you in any way, I also have a link to my store and to my website, and I'd be more than happy to help you. I offer a number of classes each month, including online classes. So if you're in Canada, please feel free to check me out, and I'd be glad to help you. Thanks for now, and have fun making water domes and giving them to somebody special. Thanks. Bye-bye.